Alright guys, this is Waterfront Outdoors, and today we will be having a duck talk. So, one of the biggest things when it comes to duck hunting is knowing where the ducks are. So, there's a few things that you should have in order to start your scouting. Now, the thing that makes scouting easier is having a vehicle or some kind of transportation so that you can go to the spots that you want to try and to look and see if there's any birds. Second thing you need is a pair of binoculars. Just because if you're scouting fields or bodies of water, sometimes those birds can tuck up in those weeds and they're hard to see unless you use something that'll make them look closer. And the biggest tool that I've learned to use over my couple years of duck hunting is Google Maps or Google Earth. If you can use the satellite feature on Google Maps, you will be able to, view like bodies of waters and where, like let's say there's a river, right? So you got a river that's going through, and it's like going through this marshy area, and there's like this like pocket that goes off to the edge, like where the water might swirl back and counter into the main current again. Those little swells, or whatever you want to call them, where they just come back into the current, could be a spot where ducks would like to sit, because that would be just like an area that's not secluded in the main current, where they could tuck up off of the main water. They could fly in and out of there, especially if there's vegetation like cattails, marsh grass, even bulrushes sometimes. The other thing that you could use for that same purpose would be the Hunt Stand app. It's a very easier to use mapping app like Google Maps, but what it does is that you have these features where you could map out an area. You can actually bring up the fly zone, where it shows where the wind's going to be coming from, and it shows the way that the birds are going to flock in, because the birds are going to flock in to the wind. And you can use that to get an average wind direction in an area, which might make it easier for you to hunt during the season. But those are a couple things that you want to look for when you're scouting, is using patterns and vegetation and just pockets, mainly for the earlier season of the duck season. Now, when I'm talking about stuff like this, I mean puddlers like mallards, wood ducks, hooded mergansers, and stuff like that. But the best thing that you can do is go out there and scout, as in go to a body of water, use your binoculars, and take a look at what's out there. That's the best tip I have for you guys. Don't be afraid to get your boots wet. Talk to you guys later.